My name is Jeff, and I'm a third-generation farmer from Wisconsin. When I talk to folks that aren't familiar with the agriculture industry and don't really know what happens every day on our farm, the questions I get the most are about product safety, animal welfare, and the security of the foods that we produce. My family and I have been farming this land for more than 60 years, and we currently milk about 1,000 cows and raise nearly 1,000 dairy beef steers. We also raise goats and keep a few swine to show at our local county fair. Our farm utilizes modern technology to help us make our management decisions. When it comes to our herd, it all starts with a tag. We tag our calves with Wisconsin-branded official identification within the first 24 hours of life. When we buy these tags, they're linked to our specific premises identification number, so each animal can be traced back to our farm. Each tag contains a radio frequency identification chip, or RFID, which allows a stick reader or wand to easily read the tags. Our calves get their calf hood vaccinations from our herd veterinarian. At this time, we collect the calves' tag numbers with our stick reader and input the vaccination event into our herd management software. We vaccinate our calves to protect them from diseases. This is our veterinarian. He's filling out the official calf hood vaccination report, which has both our premises identification number and the calves' individual tag numbers, which is then submitted to the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, or DATCAP. Later, this vaccination report will be entered into a secure database as another way to trace animal movement. 1 week before moving our steers to our partner in Nebraska, our vet does an inspection of the herd. They look for any health issues before completing a Certificate of Veterinary Inspection, or CVI, that includes our group's individual tag numbers and other location information to more easily track the animal's movements. Veterinarians can utilize an electronic CVI program to do this, which eliminates the need to create a paper form. Whether a paper form or electronic form, these CVIs are entered into a secure database. In the event of a disease outbreak, DATCAP will notify us if an outbreak impacts our herd. This also helps to ensure the safety of consumers' food supply. Our business partner raises cattle from many different producers, so they rely heavily on RFID tags to easily identify and track each animal. This makes our tagging procedures before movement critical. This custom grower uses RFID-enabled livestock handling facilities that allows us to track the growth and health of each individual animal. In the event that an animal gets sick and needs medicine, the treatment and withdrawal protocol is entered into the database using the RFID tag. Our beef steers will stay with our partner until they're ready for market. If an issue were to be found at the processing plant with one of our steers, they would trace it back to our farm and our partner if necessary, and we would work closely with DATCAP and our veterinarian to find a solution. Back to the dairy side of things. We use RFID tag technology. Tags are read by panel readers as the cows move through the parlor. Health and reproduction records are used daily to track calving records, nutrition needs, and more. We closely monitor our cows to be sure they're in good health. If a cow looks sick, we use treatment protocols established with our farm's veterinarian to get them feeling better quickly. If a cow must be treated, we keep a record of the treatment and separate her milk. It does not enter the milk holding tank. Her milk is discarded until she's clear of all antibiotics. All milk is tested on the farm to be free of medicines before it is picked up by our milk hauler and tested again before entering the processing plant. If at any time milk from our farm tests positive for antibiotic residues, the entire truck of milk is discarded, and the samples collected at the farm are tested to find the source of the residues. We work very hard every day to make sure that doesn't happen. Using the RFID tags combined with our farm software, we can quickly access data about any of our cows being treated and find the source of the residue. It's a lot of testing and retesting, but it goes a long way to ensure a consistently safe product for consumers. We also have a herd of goats. Most goats are required to have official identification tags that are issued by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, before leaving the farm. The USDA developed a nationwide program using official identification to eradicate scrapie, a deadly degenerative disease. Through increased identification and education, the number of scrapie cases has decreased by 85% since 2001. Having official ID for our goats helps us do our part to keep our farm and the state of Wisconsin safe from this fatal disease. In addition to our main dairy farm, we also raise hogs for our children to show at the fair. We take all the necessary precautions to keep our pigs healthy. Even though they're our hobby, their high level of interaction with other animals means traceability is still necessary. Before the fair, we purchase RFID tags from the Wisconsin Livestock Identification Consortium, or WLIC. The RFID is used to read the tag at the fair's weigh-in and for show day, as most fairs require official tags for all exhibitors at shows and fairs to ensure the safety and health of all animals in our food supply. Some counties also require DNA testing as well as the RFID tag. So far, I've described how we use technology on our farm to assist us with traceability and management. You're probably wondering, where does all this information go? How is it stored and what is it used for? Is all this data kept confidential? That's where the public-private partnership between Wisconsin Livestock Identification Consortium and DATCAP comes in. WLIC was started back in 2001 with a federal grant from USDA to develop a traceability system in case of an animal disease outbreak. Wisconsin's agricultural industry provides nearly $105 billion to Wisconsin's economy, and a disease outbreak, especially one that would stop animal movement, could have a significant negative impact on the state's economy. DATCAP began the process of developing a disease traceability system after the 2003 discovery of bovine spongiform encephalopathy, or BSE disease, in Washington state. Mandatory registration of livestock locations was the first step in developing a traceability system, and WLIC, a nonprofit 501c3 entity, was a natural fit into the role of housing traceability data. The registration ID assigned to a farm is a standardized, unique identifier assigned by the USDA after the site is registered, and the location is verified through the USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services. WLIC maintains a thorough registration database to register and store all of this data, making it easy to track and pinpoint areas as needed, especially in the case of disease outbreak. To ensure optimal traceability efforts, the Wisconsin State Legislature passed a law in 2004, making it mandatory for individuals to register all locations where all types of livestock are kept in the state. This law is referred to as premises registration. All livestock premises registrations must be renewed every 3 years at no cost to the registrant in order to keep information as current as possible. Additionally, when animals move off the farm and into the market, animals that have RFID tags can be recorded and records kept. WLIC also enters Certificate of Veterinary Inspection Records, or CVIs, and can accept records electronically for their database. While diseases such as tuberculosis, avian flu, and BSE have been found throughout the United States, there are many more foreign diseases not yet here that would have an overwhelming impact on the agriculture industry, not only in Wisconsin, but in the entire country. If found in the U.S., the USDA estimates that an outbreak of African swine fever, currently found in China, Russia, the Middle East, and Europe, would devastate the swine market and could shut down all transportation of swine in all states for a minimum of 72 hours while tracebacks are conducted. This could affect approximately 1 million pigs on the road on any given day. If any of these foreign animal diseases come to the U.S., they would quickly spread to most hoofed animals, and that includes cattle, resulting in potentially devastating losses in the dairy, beef, swine, and other hoofed species industries, along with the industries dependent on them. The ability to trace all animal movements through premises registration and individual animal identification as quickly as possible is critical. As a producer, I work long hours every day, all year round, to ensure the animals I raise and the products I sell are of the highest quality. All the technology I use to manage my herds, care for my animals, and boost consumer confidence will make a big difference should any animal disease outbreak occur closer to home. But I can't do it alone. With premises registration, animal identification, and a robust database, DATCAP and WLIC can trace an animal back to the farm of origin within minutes, as well as determine any other animals exposed. Without this system, traces could take days, weeks, and even months. Traceability not only protects our farms, but also ensures that our consumers have as much confidence and pride in our products as we do.